Hey guys, it doesn't matter, and
I love the dream.
And this is episode 35 of our podcast, Confessions of a Stan Mixer Edition. Today we are going to be doing a, Confetti re-ranking, kind of. We're not going to be going into kind of as much depth or detail as we did the first time around. However, when we first did the Confetti ranking for you guys, the album ranking, it was right after the album had come out, and so it was all still new to us, and that was a bit of a different kind of ranking perspective to give, since, of course, every other album we've done since then has a lot of perspective and time, that plays into its ranking now. So we thought that we would do a kind of update for you guys, let you know what's changed for us, and any kind of new thoughts we have. We're also adding in the Confetti remix version, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
At number 14, I have Breakup Song.
I have Holiday.
Number 13, I have My Love Won't Let You Down.
I have Breathe.
All right. Quick thing here. If I didn't care about lyrics, My Love Won't Let You Down, My Love Won't Let You Down would be number 14. I cannot listen to that song. The melody of the, trust me, my love won't let you down, that legit line, it's nails on a chalkboard to me. I cannot listen to it. But it has good lyrics, and I value lyrics, and so it has to go at 13. But I'm telling you guys, if you told me I had to choose to listen to Breakup Song or My Love Won't Let You Down, I'd pick Breakup Song every single time. All right. Anyway, that's that. All right. We're on 12?
Yeah.
Number 12, I have Breathe.
I have Nothing But My Feelings.
Number 11, I have the Confetti remix.
I have My Love Won't Let You Down.
Number 10, I have Nothing But My Feelings.
I have Not a Pop Song.
Number 9, I have Gloves Up.
I have Confetti.
8, I have Holiday.
I have Breakup Song.
7, If You Want My Love.
I have Happiness.
6, Not a Pop Song.
I have Gloves Up.
5, A Mess.
I have Rendezvous.
4, Sweet Melody.
I have If You Want My Love.
3, Rendezvous.
I have the Confetti remix.
2, Happiness.
I have Sweet Melody.
1, Confetti.
I have A Mess.
All right, so that was just us quickly going through it. Really quickly, I will let you guys know what changed on mine, and then if you want to let them know what changed on yours.
Okay.
All right, so previously, before we added the Confetti remix version, my bottom 4 was Breakup Song, My Love Won't Let You Down, Breathe, and Nothing But My Feelings. Obviously, with the Confetti remix version, we pop in Confetti remix, and that bumps up Nothing But My Feelings 1. So, very sorry to everyone who loves the remix, but I just do not. So, for me, I have actually not gone back to listen to the original Confetti ranking podcast episodes. I don't remember what I said, but for me, what I really loved about Confetti, and the reason why it was and still is the original version is still my top song off of the album, is that I really liked that most of the song could be, if you do the thing where you squint and you tilt your head to the side and you don't look that closely, you can make the song be about not a relationship, and instead it can be about just shaking off the negativity in your life, and maybe even some toxic relationships, romantic or otherwise, and learning how to have more faith in yourself and have more worth in yourself, and learn how to let positive things happen to you. And yeah, just learning a little bit how to not self-sabotage as much, kind of, and just having that confidence and self-worth. And that was honestly what was making it number one. You know, I do enjoy listening to it. The beat does kind of, for some reason, remind me a little bit of Down and Dirty. But like ultimately it's at the number one spot because I felt I could make that meaning out of the song. And when you add in Sweetie's verse, the song loses any possibility for that to still have the meaning I want it to. It without question becomes a song about boys and some guy who's apparently just a fuckboy. And I'm not interested in that. Like, I'm not interested in another song about that. And I also, like, not interested in songs swearing just to swear. I don't have an issue with the swears in the remix version, but the way the fandom acts about it with, like, as if, like, swearing somehow makes it not kiddish. I don't know, like, that rubs me wrong. Like, I don't need my songs to swear to prove, like, to be honest, like, the remix to me feels more immature than the original, even though the remix has swears and, like, has like a very talented rapper, because it's literally just like turned into a song shit talking some guy, and it's become like unoriginal and about something every other song in the industry is about. I don't know. I'm really not trying to diss on it so hard. Like, to me, like, the swearing didn't do much and the fandom seemed to really like hang their hat on it and it made like a huge deal out of it. Yeah, for me, it's just, it really kind of took that, like, it just erased the meaning of the song that I loved, which is unfortunate. And then in the new version, they managed to add production choices I don't like. So it joined the rest of the songs on Confetti, with that being an issue with the production of Confetti. If you guys are interested, specifically when I'm referring to our, well, I don't really like the new harmony arrangement that Jaden Perry did for Jesse's verse. It felt really distracting to me. And maybe that's just because I was used to it being more simple in the beginning. But I found myself like getting distracted based off of the new harmony arrangements. But that could have just been because like I was like, it was like the first time I was hearing it. But production wise, first listen, I didn't really like that part of it. It like took me out of the experience of listening to the song. But no, the real production thing that I still hate, still like nails on chalkboard for me, is the Jaden Perry take on Jesse's "Oh La La La's." Yeah, and so there are other like nitpicky things and stuff like that you guys don't really need to know. But for me, the primary thing is really just like the entire meaning of the song changed. And I've been ranting a really long time. Sorry, guys, I'm like on side effects from my COVID vaccine. So you're gonna have to forgive me if this episode is a little weird. All right, I think I'll be done now. Oh wait, I'm not done. Am I supposed to be done?
Oh
no. Oh, I think I'm supposed to continue talking. Okay, hang on. Guys, fevers, they really are the best. I think I'm supposed to be going over all the differences. I just got distracted. Okay, we'll keep going. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, so then nothing but my feelings, and then probably a lot of you might be being like, wait a second, you hate Nothing But My Feelings. How could you dislike Confetti Remix more than Nothing But My Feelings? And the answer is like the message of Nothing But My Feelings more than the Confetti Remix. So there's that. All right, and then at number 9, I used to have a holiday back when we first did the ranking, and now I have Gloves Up. And then at number 8, I used to have Gloves Up, and now I have Holiday. The reason for this is because Gloves Up has not aged very well for me. The more I listen to it, the more it sounds like a song of Kids Bop. This speaks nothing to how much I do or don't like Holiday. It's purely on the fact that I don't want to listen to a kids pop song. All right. And then 7 is If You Want My Love. That was for both of them. And then I did a swap again for 5 and 6. So 6 used to be a mess. It's now not a pop song. And 5 used to be not a pop song. And now it's a mess. Still have all the same production complaints about both songs that I had last time. Previously, Not a Pop Song was at 5 because of its lyrical content and its concept. But like Gloves Up, it has not aged well because it sounds like a kids pop song. I don't give a what. Also, like, as much as I enjoy the concept of Not a Pop Song, it's also like it feels very much like they're afraid to say what they want to say in the verses. And so there's a lot of like talking around what they're trying to get at. And that didn't really bother me a few months ago, but I don't know, I enjoy it less now. I think that was it. I think that was all my differences.
So my ranking changed a lot. There's only 3 songs that are in the exact same spots. They're mostly though like in like the same range of like the same area, but they've been either bumped up or bumped down. So I'll just like kind of go through, I guess, their placements. So Holiday is still at the bottom. I'm sorry, guys. I really try.
Hey, I bumped it up one, guys.
Yeah. I can't listen to it anymore. Like I still just can't listen to it because of how much I streamed it. Like I really regret streaming it so much because now I just don't like it.
And also, we're allowed to say that because our streams never end up counting for shit because we're in the
honestly,
US.
Yeah. So like, because I was dumb and was like, "Oh, this is new. Like, I'll just play it and not really care about listening to it because I like it." Don't do that.
Yeah, no, especially if you like it. If you like it, you shouldn't listen to it.
Exactly, and that's not what I did. So, I still just can't really listen to it that much anymore. I have been able to listen to like the full thing like without skipping it if I am too lazy to go and change it, but I still do not choose to put it on, I guess, if that makes sense. And then Breathe stayed the same. It's honestly just because I don't really listen to it, so I didn't really feel like it should go up any higher. The only thing I really like about the song is like the few parts that I like, but other than that, like I don't listen to it or even really think about it. And then Nothing But My Feelings fell down like a lot because before I had it at number 8 and now it's at number 12. And I kind of justified it by saying that I also just don't really listen to this one. So there's that. I do, but then when I do, it gets stuck in my head and then I get annoyed. So I I don't listen to it as much as I probably did when it came out. And then My Love Won't Let You Down. It only fell down, I think, 1 or 2 places. I'm like trying to think of where it would be without the Confetti remix. I always just end up skipping My Love Won't Let You Down because when I listen to it, I listen to the CD, and it just is so different compared to the other songs. Like the other ones are so much more upbeat, and then it's just that one, and so I'm never in the mood to listen to it. And so again, I kind of just dropped it down because I don't really listen to it, so I feel like it shouldn't be much higher. And then Not a Pop Song kind of just switched places with that. And I like the song, but what I've noticed about it is that the only reason that I really go to listen for it is because I want to listen to like the certain parts that I really like instead of like the song entirely. So that one's just kind of like there.
Admit it. I don't give a what makes you cringe.
Yeah, it's not like too bad, but like it's not my favorite. I just have to be in like the right mood for that song, I feel like. And then Confetti dropped down a lot because what happened was I listened to the remix and I actually really like the remix. And so now when I listen to Confetti, I feel like it sounds a lot simpler and I like the new production on it a lot more. And so that's really it. I still listen to this one though. Um, it just sounds a lot less to me, if that makes sense. Like,
That's really interesting because I find for me it's the other way around.
oh really?
Obviously there's a lot happening in the remixed version.
Mm-hmm.
Um but I like for me, I find it to be kind of like with the new production and like the arrangement and like the new harmony arrangements and stuff, I find like um it lacks the attitude in the vocals for me that the first one has. And so I find
Oh.
all of the attitude and like the oomph to like fall flat. Like in the original version, Leanne's pre-chorus hits so hard for me, and
Mm-hmm.
like I don't even notice it in the remix version.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, because I don't, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I listen more to the production elements. And so that was like what I noticed. I'm not really sure what it is. But I noticed it the other day when I had been listening to the Confetti remix. Like, I think it must have been when it had just come out or something. And then I was listening to like the album and Confetti came on and I was like, whoa, this like sounds so different to me now.
Yeah,
Um,
the production is definitely different.
yeah, and so yeah, now it just kind of dropped down a few more. Breakup Song is next, and that one went up a few spots from where I had it before. It's not super high, even though I talk about how much I like it a lot, but I just like the songs above it more, so that's kind of just where it ended up. Happiness, I love Happiness, but it's one of the songs I kind of need to be in the mood for, or else I'll end up skipping it. I'm normally in the mood for it, but there'll be like a here and there issue, so that one that one actually I think stayed almost exactly the same. It just went down one because we added in the remix for Confetti. So that one probably would have been the same. And then Gloves Up, basically Gloves Up switched with Happiness. I really like the chorus of Gloves Up. Um,
Feels like a
so
Disney movie film.
it does a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. Makes me feel a little nostalgic.
I
Like I don't know. Like the thing is that like I
say
really
it's meant to be on Kids Bop. I really do mean it.
like I really enjoy Gloves Up, but I think what makes it not higher for me because like when it came out that was my favorite one, but I think what it is that I have to be in the right mood to feel like the full effect of the song, if that makes sense. Like the song if you listen to it in like the right mood it makes you feel like so like I don't know, like empowered, like so cool. But then it's like if I'm not in that mood, it's just like another like one of the songs. I don't know. I noticed that like not that long ago.
I have a feeling on tour it'll they'll do a remix to mature it up a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I think my opinion of it will probably change come tour time. Um,
Yeah.
but I definitely see it as like Salutes like little sister.
Yeah, I see it as like Gloves Up kind of becoming more like on its own once it's live.
Yeah, I see Gloves Up taking on a more mature mature everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even in the sense of like how much less produced the vocals will be because Gloves Up
Yeah.
is for a song that's about like a boxing ring and like sweat and blood and tears like that it is so polished sounding.
Yeah.
So like it's very weird.
Yeah. It'll probably flow better on tour.
Mm-hmm.
What's my next one? Rendezvous. That one fell down like one or two spots. Um, I play it a lot. It's just kind of there because all these other ones I listen to the most, and so that one just ended up there. And then If You Want My Love dropped from number 3 to number 4. This is one of the ones I listen to the most in the album. I really like this one, but again, it's just because I like the ones above it more. And then the Confetti remix is at 3, and I mean, I've already kind of been talking about it. I really like it. I like the elements that are brought into it because, I don't know. I like that type of music a lot. So when I hear it, I'm like, oh, this is what I like to hear, like just playing in the car, like in the background. Um, and I like the feature a lot. I like her music, so I was excited that they collabed. So yeah, that ended up there. And then Sweet Melody bumped up to number 2 because that's my favorite single. And honestly, I probably listened to that song the most on this album. And then I Have a Mess, which stayed the same because it's still my favorite. um, yeah, I don't know. I just love the structure of that song. I love the sound of it. I just love that song. And yeah. So mine kind of changed a lot, but not drastically.
Yeah, I mean, mine stayed pretty much the same. I didn't really expect mine to change all that much. One, because I didn't particularly love this album to begin with. But two, I rank mine factoring in things that like don't change, like lyrics and concept and I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
like there's a bunch of songs on here that are up a few positions or up a position because of this, but I would listen to a different one. For example, you start at the bottom and listen to a breakup song over My Love Won't You Down, but My Love Won't You Down isn't last.
Yeah.
So it makes it hard for my rankings to change, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's kind of just like how much I've ended up listening to it as it's been out, and then like just kind of the overall feeling. I feel like that's how I tend to rank mine. I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, also, guys, to be clear, Confetti Remix did just come out for us. So you guys are hearing
Oh
this
yeah.
months and months down the road, is my guess. But it's new for us. We just got it.
Yeah.
Has my opinion about the album as a whole changed? I don't know if we really gave our actual opinion on the whole album before. We
I
might have
don't
been too scared to
remember.
do that.
We definitely were.
But it feels appropriate to do so in a re-ranking or a
Yeah.
ranking update, rather. This is going to sound worse than I mean it. I feel like someone just like threw up a bunch of pop songs.
I see what you mean though.
Right? Like
I see what you're talking about. But see, I like that.
and I'm not saying that like I think everyone's gonna like harp on the fact that I just used like the phrase like threw up, but that's not like I don't mean like that. I just mean like it just looks like someone just like shoved a bunch of things in somewhere and like shook it up and like what came out was just like random ass pop songs. And for me, like it lacks cohesion. Like there's not really that many interesting concepts. Honestly, I think this album is a ripoff of Glory Days, or like other songs off of other albums. And so for me, this is always going to be kind of like, I don't know if I want to say it's like going to be one of their worst for me, but like, I mean, it's got to be around there with Get Weird. Because as much as I like the first 4 songs, Sweet Melody's not making like my top tier, top 10 Little Mix songs. You know, so get rid of that one. Like Rendezvous I'm really into right now, but like I'm not necessarily going to prioritize it over, you know, a Power, Change Your Life, or No More Sad Songs original, or Down and Dirty or Freak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and same with Happiness. And again, like I talk the original version of Confetti up a lot, but I talk it up a lot for this album.
Yeah.
I mean, I do really enjoy the song, but like, I mean, we did just do an ultimate song ranking, so maybe I'm lying to you all. I'm actually going to go look, but I'm pretty sure it didn't make top 10. I don't think it got close to top 10, to be honest. Let's see what it was, guys. Hold with me. Ultimate Little Mix song ranking. See, it's not fair if I don't check it because you guys have probably just heard it and I haven't. So, let's see. Where did Confetti end up? Oh, you know what? Confetti did make top 10, and here's why. I remember this episode now. I remember saying I only felt confident in the top 6 songs. And the other ones were just kind of a shit show of like not knowing where to put them all. And I put Confetti at 8 and Rendezvous at 9. And the reason was, or it was the first 7 that I felt confident in. And then everything else was a shit show. And the reason is because I had the ballads next. I had the Get Weird ballads, Love Me or Leave Me and Good Enough. Good Enough isn't a Get Weird ballad. But I had the ballads left. And I felt weird about putting them like in the top 10 because I've been having conflicting feelings about them. And because I haven't been listening to them as often. And so I put in not the Island 5, I put in the Confetti tracks that I've been playing more recently just to like fill in the space. That's really funny. Okay. Anyway, guys, background knowledge for you about how that made the list. Yeah, but yeah, guys, ultimately those songs aren't gonna stay at 8 and 9. So I guess it did technically make top 10, but it's not gonna be a long-term top 10 song, I promise you.
Yeah.
I just would have preferred something with a little more meaning, to be honest, I guess. It's not the pop part that's a problem. Like, that's fine. They make pop music, but I guess I would just like a more cohesive album and a more meaningful album. I know they keep saying that like Confetti was supposed to be a celebration and it's just like supposed to be fun. And maybe this is because I'm depressed, but that's not working out for me. That really could because I'm depressed that I just like don't find value in it because it doesn't do anything for me. But yeah, 13 songs. Also, it's not really a celebration of anything. How many of these songs are actually like about something sad? Half the song is not happy songs. Half the songs, half the album. Sorry, guys, I'm ripping into it. You definitely didn't hear all of this. I'm positive of it. Because there's a future me 3 months from now listening to this being like, whew, boy, that fever really got you talking.
So, Confetti, I feel like right now it is kind of still at the same place in like my album rankings as it was when it came out, which is fairly high. Because I feel like a lot of the times it's kind of how an album is like viewed is almost like what like you're looking for in an album. And so like for me, the time of my life right now, I'm looking for an album just to have like a bunch of songs that are just very upbeat, very like radio like that I can just stick in my car. Like this is literally my car album, which I think is why I have grown to like it so much because I do listen to it very often. And so this album works really well for that reason, and that's kind of like what I was looking at. Like it's the same type of songs that all my friends and I listened to whenever we would hang out, like post-COVID or pre-COVID. It's like I know. I was like, I don't know what's going on in my head.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like I don't know. I feel like this album just has a lot of production stuff that I tend to like more than what they've done because I feel like each of their albums has a very specific style. And so like DNA was very rocky and so like I really like that. Salute had the very heavy drums and it was very dark and that I like that, but I don't like it all the time. I have to be in a certain mood to be in that type of mood. And then like Get Weird is very poppy and so I'm not a fan of that album just because it was like a very childish pop, like immature pop. And then Glory Days was it was pop, but it was a little bit, it was more mature pop. And then LM5 was more R&B, and I like that, but I'm not. It's kind of like Salute. I can't listen to it all the time. And then Confetti is kind of like Glory Days and Get Weird, where it's pop, but it's a different type of pop. And so it kind of, for me, balances out with the Glory Days, not in ranking wise, because Glory Days is still a lot higher, but it still gives me the feels of a song that I like, if that makes sense. Like I still feel the same, I guess, like pop vibes that I'm looking for. I don't know if that whole explanation actually made sense, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I like the album a lot. I listen to it a lot in the car. That's really it. This is my car album, and I spend a lot of time in my car.
It's always so interesting to hear like the differences of like why we enjoy things, because like I don't ever like put on music to like as like a secondary activity.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
The majority of the time, the stuff like when I'm listening to it, I just like am so zeroed in on it because it's like the activity that I'm doing.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting then to like hear how that makes our experience different.
Yeah, that might be why I'm more focused on like production and like how like the instrumental sounds, because I'm not focusing on like what they're saying because I'm busy doing like other stuff. I never thought about that, but that might be why I'm like so that's what I look for in the songs is
Yeah,
how
because
they
I mean, because
sound.
you would just end up tuning them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting. So those are our opinions and our kind of updated thoughts on Confetti. Some big changes, some small changes, some no changes. Feel free to let us know down below what your thoughts are. As always, please be respectful of us and of other people in the comment section. Thank you for coming to hang out with us, and we'll see you guys next week.